12 countries represented in Zimbabwe, 12 men's teams and 4 women's teams, to see who would be the champions of Africa and go and qualify in Japan.
At the behest of the Zimbabwe Junior Golf Association, for this occasion, I am pleased that the tournament will be hosting participants from Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, Mauritius, Morocco, Namibia, South Africa, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, Reunion Island, and Zimbabwe. This broadly demonstrates the key function of sport in promoting social cohesion, national building, and fostering profound regional integration solely premised on sport competence and golf in particular. Beyond that, this tournament substantiates the extent to which sport codifies nations and eradicates all forms of social dissent. Therefore, I'm glad that I've been invited to officially endorse this esteemed event, which feeds into the Ministry of Sport and Recreation's blueprint dictates as far as promoting sport diplomacy is concerned on the one hand, but also as far as the promotion of junior development in sport is concerned on the other. All those countries that are coming to Zimbabwe visiting us to participate in this very important sport event, you are welcome to this beautiful country called Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, allow me at this juncture to declare this golf tournament officially open.
The tournament was set out over the 4 days as individual scores, and each team, the best 3 scores would count to a team score in the end. As much as the individual glory was as important, it was all a team event as play got underway at Royal Harare Golf Club. A boys team from Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, Mauritius, Morocco, Namibia, Reunion Island, South Africa, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, and the host nations Zimbabwe. Just the 4 girls teams, those came from Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia, and Kenya. We joined the action on the par 5 6th. Some fantastic drives. Some of these players playing as low as scratch on their handicaps, and the course was in pristine condition. The same course used for the Zimbabwe Open, played on the Sunshine Tour, and the tournament as prestigious as the golf course, once won by a South African team including Louis Oosthuizen and Charles Schwartzel. That was a great pitch, and the course, the greens holding beautifully. It's the 3rd shot into the green, and both players would need those putts for birdie. Great effort from Zambia. The early teams that went out perceived to be the lesser teams. This competition has seen South Africa qualify for the Junior World Cup on many occasions, and more recently the Zimbabwe boys team being able to participate. But the other countries where the development of sport is not quite as rich as the development in South Africa and Zimbabwe, giving a great opportunity for the youngsters to come and participate. Great to see the girls getting an opportunity as well to compete in Japan this year. The understanding was it was going to be between Zimbabwe and South Africa for that position, and a great chip on that occasion from Emily Jones from Zimbabwe. The long-hitting Zambian Great chip from her out of the bunker, Martha Machola. But, this was needing this for par, as the girls, using the same length course apart from the tee boxes as the boys, was a lot more difficult for them. Simone Henriks getting her par, and this was an opportunity for Martha Machola to finish her round. A great putt from her. The one to watch, however, was Kajal Mistry from South Africa. Been playing golf at the highest level in South Africa for many years, and from her play on day one was evident to see a great up and down from her. In the boys division, some fantastic golfers to watch. Zimbabwe's Justin Kirsten, one of those, and also from Zimbabwe, David Am, who had competed at the Orange Bowl in America. But South Africans were going to be tough competition for them. And that was a great shot from Christo Lamprecht, just finding himself just short of the green. Alexandra Laslarati from Reunion with his second shot. He would just find the left-hand side of that same green on the 9th. A great chip, and would need that for a par. The third shot now for Laslarate from Reunion. A very difficult left to right break, and pretty quick as well, but judged pretty well, and it should be for him an easy tap in for par. David Am represented Zimbabwe last year at the Orange Bowl in America. A very difficult putt, 30-40 meters, that he'd have to go down the hill, and a very sharp left to right at the end, and he would need this for a respectable score on day one. And what a beauty. Probably the putt of the day from David Am, showing his experience and his knowledge of Royal Harare. This was Christo Lamprecht to finish off his round with an easy tap in, a par for him to finish. So confirmation of day one, as Lucas Felipe shot himself a 72 under par, but it was Justin Kirsten who finished in the clubhouse with the best score, with a 5 under par for Zimbabwe. Am, with that last putt, was looking at hopefully level, but managed to pull one back, shooting a 1 under par 71. In the girls section, most notable Kajal Mistry, with her 69 on day one, breaking the course record. She was 6 under par on the turn, and dropping a few shots, but in the end very credible and setting the course record at Royal Harare. Day two saw more exciting action, nice early tee-offs for all the young players as they prepared on the green to just get their feel of these greens at Royal Harare. Some teams were a little bit earlier than others, and great to see that this competition, not gauged by age, and about to putt from Botswana, Liam Pono, only 11 years of age, playing in this tournament, so no doubt we'll see a lot more of him in the future. Really struggled in the first 2 days, due to his size and the length of the course, but putting in some respectable scores, and the countries and federations of Africa Golf to be credited with this initiative that is not governed by age, but just an opportunity for young players to play golf. And like we said, Charles Schwartzel and Louis Oosthuizen, of these players that have come through these structures and gone on to win major tournaments around the world. So lots of teams putting out on the 18th. Wayne Prophet from Namibia needed this for his par. Just regathering his thoughts. A very important putt for him.
Yes.
And a good par
Second putt.
from Wayne Prophet. Mystery, who broke the record on day one, finding the bunker on the 7th with an easy chip, but a fantastic up and down from her, showing her class. She was playing again with Emily Jones from Zimbabwe. Emily needing this for her birdie. And that's a good putt from her. They'd move on to the 8th, a par 4 dogleg left. Most players in the tournament laying up to this hole. And pretty easy scoring hole, but the second shot with a lot of rough just in front of the green. Imperative that the green is found, and most of these young players probably going a little bit long on their second, just trying to find some security. That was Martha Machola from Zambia. Not her best shot. And Kajal Mystery, the leader in the individual competition after day one, finding the green pretty comfortably. This was Machola's third shot. Much better from her. Emily Jones, a little downhill putt left to right. She would go on to make par. And Machola, who could not find the hole, will end up dropping a shot on the 8th. Mystery for birdie. Also just missing it on the left, but she would go on for a tap-in par. Playing partner Emily Jones plays her golf out of Chapman Golf Club here in Harare. That's for her par. And well done. So in the end, day two, Luis Felipe 71, so still under par, 3 under par for him. Not such a good return for Justin Kirsten, who led after day one, shooting a 77, 5 over par. The course on the second day playing a little bit tougher, a little bit longer for these players, and hence the scores not as good. In the girls section, Mystery, after her course record-breaking 69 on the first day, shooting a 77. And a reminder that unlike most tournaments where the women or girls get to play on their same course, playing in the same field as the boys and making it a bit more complicated. He was still the pick, apart from Henriks, who shot a 73, but probably a little bit disappointing from the Zimbabweans, Becker 82 and Jones shooting an 81. So I was on to day three, and the course playing fantastically. The greens were holding, but they were starting to dry out a little bit harder and a little bit quicker. as the teams teed off. At this stage it was still Zimbabwe and South Africa battling out for the top honours. Reminder that in the boys division, 2 boys teams would go to Japan for the World Cup, but unfortunately for the ladies division only 1 team would go. But having said that, the teams fought hard, and a shot out of the bunker in for 2 on the 17th, par 4, dogleg right. Needed a good chip here to get up and down. Just running it down the hill. Fantastic shot to get himself nice and close. Ideal Parker from Malawi. And then just short of the green, also down the hill, was the man from Zambia who played a fantastic shot himself, the Zambian stallion Daka. But the girls was to see how far Mystery could push herself. She was leading after the first 2 holes. Daniela Becker, the Zimbabwe #1, playing with her in this 4-ball. And as some of the girls' teams concluded their rounds on the 18th, this was Zambian's Martha Machola with a pretty good putt. I needed that for birdie, so would need to ensure the next putt goes in for her par. Playing alongside South African Simone Henriks, who played the best round in the girls from day 2. Just missing it to the right, so missing out on a birdie. The afternoon also saw an opportunity for a little bit of fun, not to mean anything apart from bragging rights, the longest drive, and it was Martha Machola from Zambia with the biggest hit in the girls division, 248 meters, and just ahead of Telfer from South Africa, 233 meters. And it was the battle of the South African Garrick Hugo, the left-hander, and Justin Kirsten. Hugo's first drive, 324 meters down the 18th fairway. Probably an opportunity he thought was going to win him the competition. That was his first attempt and his best one. But it was this man, Justin Kirsten, 334 meters. A massive hit for a 18-year-old. Finding the fairway. The green flag lifted, which means it counted. That was his best effort. And in the end, Kirsten pipping Hugo by 10 points. So the end of the day saw a 67 from Luca Filipe, a fantastic round from him, 71 from Sharper and 73 from Hugo. It was South Africa 1, 2, 3 and 4, and Kirsten, after a fantastic first round, really struggling to find his feet. More was expected from young Am, and 2 71s and a 73, very consistent from him, but Zimbabwe will be looking for a better round from him on day 4. In the girls section, the third round saw another record breaking her own record from Mystery, shooting 69 in the first round, her third round 67, giving her the second time to break the course record in just 3 days. But it was very respectable from Henriks and Telfer, shooting 70 and 75, and South Africa, the 3 women from South Africa, way ahead of any other competition. Nice to see the Kenyan Carla Wahito Gashanga from Kenya, consistent from her as well, and shooting a 77 in the third round. So it was on to the final day's action at Royal Harare in the capital Harare, as the teams prepared for a slightly later start. The crowd came in. The Zimbabwe Special Olympic team came to support Team Zimbabwe, and Am on the first tee box to see how he could maybe pull some points back. To beat South Africa would have been tough, but way ahead of any other competition. And he was playing with Christo Lamprecht in the 3-ball. Christo Lamprecht, a very solid 3 days for him up until day 3. Kirsten as well, after his fantastic 67 on day 1, and very respectable from Lassalrate from Reunion, who had played himself some fantastic golf as well, and he was amongst the late tee-off times due to his performance over the 3 days. Martha Machola from Zambia on the 7th. A good tee shot from her, and Mystery, who had almost won the tournament already in the individual game. Nice easy swing. Daniel Becker made up that 3-ball, and off the 7, just getting it off the side of the club and finding the rough on the right hand side. Mystery's drive on the 9th, and a pretty good shot from her would get her on the green, putting for birdie. It was Am, though, who had overshot the 18th, and Lamprecht, who needed this for a good finish. And finding the hole. This was Am's par putt on the 18th, just missing it on the left, maybe a slight misread, and he would drop a shot. And the last player in the 3-ball, Alexandra Lassalrate from Reunion, for his par putt, going about quietly in his business. And he would get it, so good par from him. Kirsten, so much expected from him after his first round. This was his second shot into the 18th. Good shot from him. Safio Darmane from Morocco, just off the back of the green. Not a bad putt from him. They were playing with Luca Felipe, and it was Kirsten to putt first. This was for his birdie. And a great putt from him. Great second, finding another green. And Felipe, who needed this for a well-played 68. It wasn't to be, he would take a par. So in the end, a nice round of golf for these three gentlemen, but Felipe with smiles on his face. Fantastic effort from him. It then went to the dinner to award those who had won over the 4 days. A great occasion for all the players and officials and guests to attend and to crown the champions of the tournament.
To all the athletes that came from the 11 countries that are visiting our country, I want to thank you so very much for your hard work, for participating in this particular edition of this tournament. And I'm hoping that you have enjoyed your stay in Zimbabwe. It is important for sports to invest in the lower tiers of development. Our youth, they are the future of sport, they are the future of any sport. And this is true of any other court as it is true for golf.
The Zimbabwe girls team, the runners-up in the team event. A fantastic effort from them. Still very young and maybe lacking the experience, but great opportunity for them to try and compete to get themselves to Japan. was, however, the South Africans who were clinical in their performance over the 4 days. The 4 South Africans ending top 4 in the individual event, and no doubt them winning the tournament.
The individual, and then well done to all the players, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
The runners-up in the boys were the Zimbabweans, Am, who had played a solid 4 days of golf, Kirsten, who'd picked up the award for the longest drive and shot a fantastic 67 on day 1. But it was the South Africans who played some magnificent golf, led by their captain, Luca Felipe. In the end, him winning the individual award, shooting a 70, 71, 67 and 68, leaving him 12 under par. Mystery, on the other hand, 69, 77, 67 and 75, her ending par. There's confirmation of the leaderboard with Felipe, the 4 South Africans finishing top 4, then 2 Zimbabweans, and nice to see the reunion, Las Larate, finishing in 7th place. 12 under par for Luca Felipe. In the boys' event, that's how it ended. The South Africans winning the tournament in the end pretty comfortably, but Zimbabwe, who finished second, will still qualify for the World Cup. In the girls' result, like we said, Kajal Mystery, what a fantastic 4 days from her and her team members, playing some fantastic golf, and good work from Team South Africa. The team event, no doubt, saw South Africa win it, Zimbabwe in second place, but unfortunately for Zimbabwe, no qualification for them, just the one girls team going. But in the end, a fantastic 23rd edition of the Junior Golf Team Championship held at Royal Harare Golf Club. A great opportunity for the youngsters to come and show their skills and to compete and obviously win the title of the African Golf Federation, but however, more importantly, to go and play in Japan at the end of the year.